You want to start? I want to start. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Leslie.
I'm Hannah.
And this is the Historyonic channel. I'm so excited. Okay. So this is kind of our passion project here. We're both archaeology majors. We're in the same program at the same university. And we have some of the same pet peeves as far as our major is concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what this channel is for, to kind of address and overcome some of those things. So we are going to be filming educational stuff that is maybe hopefully entertaining. We're going to try to do that like once a week.
Mm-hmm. Our goal is to kind of try and make stuff that's usually seen as kind of boring and more dry just more exciting and a little bit more accessible to people our age and stuff like that.
So one of the big things that I am irritated by is how exclusive archaeology is, and history in general. Scholars write in their journals and they publish in peer-reviewed. That didn't make sense. I'm starting that sentence over. I'm gonna cut that out. Woo! Okay. Archaeologists have a bad habit of writing for peer-reviewed journals and publishing stuff for each other to read, but we don't really talk to people outside of that circle, which is awful, because we're studying human history and what it is to be human, and every human being has a right to that.
Yeah, we're kind of treating it like it's an exclusive club right now, and that's not quite how we want the field to go around.
It's everyone's history, and every perspective is needed.
Mm-hmm.
So, the next thing is that archaeology's flat broke. And that's coming from an undergrad. All of our funding was really kind of established in the 30s and 40s because you had old archaeologists going out and treasure hunting, bringing stuff back and showing all of their rich friends who were throwing money to them, and they established grants that way. And archaeology kind of grew up as a discipline. It kind of became a little more respectful, not all the way, a little more scientific, not all the way. And we stopped talking to people the way we did in the 30s and 40s, so there's not really more money coming in. We've just depleted those resources. So fun.
We did. We're not very responsible spenders in the archaeology field.
No. And most of that is because we're not talking to anybody to fund our research. So this channel is meant to educate and to entertain, but if you feel like swinging a few dollars to research, all of that will be turned around and we will show you what is being worked on, and we will collaborate with other scholars to make sure that they are telling you about their research and what is going on, because you deserve to know, and we would really, really love some support in that.
The archaeology field would very much appreciate that.
We'll make better movies. Indiana Jones 5 is coming, guys. It's the right time.
If you've ever seen 10,000 BC, it's wrong. So you definitely need to fix that one.
Tom Cruise's Mummy. Any of the Mummy movies, actually, but the Imhotep package is my favorite, so I'll give this one a pass.
Terrible movies.
Cool. And the last and most important reason that I'm doing this specifically, and something that Hannah agreed with me on when I started ranting to her about this project and wanted to start it, is that people are people. No matter when you're looking at them or where you're looking at them, what their circumstances were, humans have way more in common than they do different from each other. So humanizing the past and letting those stories come out, letting people's experiences be heard and understood is important, because I think it makes people kinder, more empathetic, more understanding, and it lets people feel more connected to each other across identity borders that can get confusing and drive conflict today.
And you can see how communication kind of suffers between cultural lines too, because if you have someone from India doing business and someone from the US doing business, there's going to be a lot of strategic clashes, and like they're going to give each other anxiety just because they don't get each other or their business models and things like that. So just being able to understand the ideologies and just how each culture views the world, that's going to make the human population a lot more cooperative.
There's an awesome TED Talk on that we actually watched in a class we have together. I will put that link down there so that you can watch it and you can see what we're talking about here with different perspectives that are equally valid and equally beautiful. But that comes from the ancient world too, and we want to show that to everyone else.
Definitely worth looking at. Even if this isn't really your thing, that TED Talk is a really interesting thing to watch.
Oh, it's so fun. So that's us. That's the Historyonic channel. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram. I will put all of this down here. We also have a website and we have donations set up. We are registered as a nonprofit organization. All of that money will go to research or to supporting researchers that we vet, that we trust. All of it will go to supporting this community and building the kind of world we want to see, which is more empathetic, more understanding across cultural barriers. So,
we are going to a conference too, so we'll have names.
Yes. So if you have questions for us, if you have topics you want to hear about, if you have stories that you want us to tell, if you have anything at all that you want to say, tweet us, email us. It's all on the board. All on the board. I'm doing great. It's all on the table. This really is meant to be interactive because you should not have to have a degree to understand human history and to know what research is happening. So we have the training, we have the access, we have the contacts. If you have a question, we will figure it out and we will turn around and we will tell you what we learned. So please reach out. We love you a lot. Mwah. Bye. That went well. It was cute. I need to learn to speak English. Damn.